I don't know how.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from the Palatial Studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Good morning. That's right. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
You don't know what people are capable of now.
Yeah, I know what a lot of people are capable of.
You know what I hate?
All right, tell me what you hate. Please do. I enlighten me.
Took away my radio station.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that I took away your radio station. I apologize, but we are here live and in living color for you at 6:08 this morning. Mr. Clock, would you please certify the time if you would?
It's now 6:08 a.m.
And a top of the morning to you, Miss Bonnie.
Well, we say good morning, and Treasure Coast, welcome to the show with Evan and Bonnie this morning.
Right. We're here to entertain you for the next 3 hours. If you don't like what we say or what we do, well, don't turn the dial. Keep listening because it only gets better as the morning goes, I guess, right?
Yeah, just kind of like give it a little chance. You know, after a while, you might agree what we're saying, or throughout the show, you might not agree.
Yeah, why not?
But it's okay. You can't be pleasing everybody.
That's right. If you don't agree, call us. Tell us you don't agree. 220-9788, just like Jeff does, or just like Mark does, or George, or anybody that listens to this show.
Do they say, I agree to disagree? Is that the phrase?
I don't know. Maybe they'll say, I disagree to agree. Anything is possible.
Or to 1 degree, maybe 2 or 3 degrees.
Or 4, 5, or 6 degrees.
Hey, and we are on a cooler note still this morning, Treasure Coast. We're like, what are we, like 63 here?
I don't know. It was a little chilly out this morning.
You know, already late April, and we're wondering, man, we've had so many like cold fronts this season, and the cooler weather, the cooler air has been lingering, and you know it's great for the joggers in the morning putting on the running shoes.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This hasn't seemed typical. I know it's supposed to warm up to like 90 by this coming Saturday.
Oh.
I learned from sweet Katia Hall from WPTV this morning.
Yeah, it's going to be nice out without a doubt. So what'd you do yesterday when you get out of here? Did you have any massages to do?
Oh, I do all day. I have massage tonight, and
today?
you know, tonight starts a steady system of massaging people.
So you're a marathon woman today.
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday, nothing yesterday. You went home and just chillaxed?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I got some needed rest and relaxation. I got to bed last night really early too, which was a cool thing. Evan, I was trying to pronounce this. I haven't heard of this Dogecoin yet until I saw a little news story on it this morning.
Yeah.
Dogecoin. You know, I have friends that are telling me they're getting a little bit into the Bitcoin and making a little bit of money.
Yeah.
I haven't learned very much about it yet.
My son does it down in Miami.
It.
My son does it, and he's made a crap ton of money.
Has he?
Yeah. He's got more money than I do now.
Yeah. I mean, I know some people that made money here and there. I'm
Yeah.
not saying a big boatload of money that they're making, but
Yeah.
but they are making some. And now I'm reading about this Dogecoin. I looked that has like a little doggy on it or
Oh.
something. So there was like an anonymous woman in Daytona Beach that stopped in at an animal shelter on Saturday.
Mhm.
She told them she'd made a bunch of money buying and selling Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
So, which is ironic. She's at a
Okay.
doggy animal shelter, and this Dogecoin is spelled Dogecoin. And she wanted to pay for all of the adoption fees for the dogs that were ready to be adopted out because
That was
she
nice.
made a lot of money on this
All right.
Dogecoin.
Maybe our caller knows about Dogecoin. I don't know. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
I don't know anything about those coins, but I don't know if I ever disagree. I just don't understand.
I get where you went there. I don't know anything about Doge coins. That was slang
Doge coins.
terminology. Doge coins.
But you probably are one of those that
Good
like.
morning, guys.
Are you
Good morning, good morning.
good morning? Are you curious about this though, Jeff? Like I'm curious about it. I'd like to dabble into it, but I don't know enough about it yet. With
Every time I dabble into something like that, it goes to poop within a week. So
Wow.
it's not. I've lost tons of those penny stocks, and everybody's making all kinds of money. Jeff gets involved, loses everything. Okay,
Goes to hell in a handbag.
You know what? I have a fear of that. I have a fear of that too, because like I have some, friends in different places bragging to me that they're making some. Yeah, but my fear is as soon as I put any 2 cents in, I guess it's I have a fear of it and I don't have enough confidence. I don't know enough about it yet. But whatever I touch isn't, my feeling is too, whatever I touch is not going to turn to gold that easily for me.
Wow.
I mean, unless I put some really good, solid work into something, I'm fearful of it, but it doesn't, I should really get my books out and learn some of it, especially if some people are making a little bit of money on it.
Hey, Jeff, my kid, I know you're into music and you used to have a music store. My kid had his first guitar lesson yesterday.
Guys, first what?
Guitar lesson yesterday.
Oh yeah, where do you get that at?
Well, by an
Famous
instructor,
big box?
music. No, not a famous big box. No, a friend of mine. No, a friend of mine who is in our band at church. He's part of the worship band. He is the drummer, and he owns a music shop. I think it's called House of Music. It's over on Gatlin Boulevard.
Oh,
yeah, it's right over there. We went up, and he had his first guitar lesson, and
Well, that's good.
he was
There's
amazed.
only two things I could say that would help you with on the line.
All right.
If your son is serious about playing and getting into music, the key thing here is he needs to learn how to read.
It's funny you say that because they gave him a sheet yesterday to start learning and studying right off the bat.
Good.
So
Note reading is the most important thing that I could stress, because there's a lot of places that just try to get you to play as quick as they can.
yeah,
They thrive on, within 5 minutes you'll be playing the guitar.
Mhm.
It's like, well, no,
Are you
you're going to believe that.
Are you the guy that told us you go out once in a while and we'll do like a half-hour guitar lesson at somebody's home?
I do. Yeah, I do that a lot. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, I got 2 today to do after I get out of the golf
Mhm.
course.
I have a friend in town that does that very same thing. He's like a really, really good guitar player, and he will go like for a half hour maybe every week into somebody's home, teach them how to play.
yeah, but they gave
Yeah.
him they gave him charts. They gave him a chart. They gave him a one sheet just to get him started, so he wasn't overwhelmed. And
Okay.
they showed him the proper way how to, how to strum the guitar and how to hold your fingers. And he learned 4 chords yesterday. Kind of blew me away at how quick he learned. And then
Good.
I was talking to Bruno, who is his teacher, who is the drummer from our worship band at church, and he says, "Wow, your kid picked up really quick." And I'm like, "Well, he's serious. He wants to
So
learn."
the drummer from the worship band is teaching him how to play guitar?
Yes, he's a multi-talented musician.
So he
plays
plays
guitar,
different
bass,
instruments.
plays guitar, bass,
Okay.
keyboards.
Well,
all
I
of that.
imagine he reads, so he'll probably understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The most important part is to read.
Yes,
because,
for sure.
It's like learning how to read a book.
Yeah.
There's so many guitar players out there that don't know how to read.
I don't know how to read. I could not tell you what was what. But what really blew me away is like my kid was like telling me the names of the strings, the E, the G, the B, the A, you know, and what was what.
Is it still Every Good Boy Does Fine?
I forget. It's Every Good Boy Does Fine, and there's two others. Every Good Boy Does Fine every day. Yeah, it's Every Good Boy Does Fine every day. That's the name of the strings. It's a good point you brought up there, Bonnie.
I kind of remember that from music.
There's no F string in there.
Oh, there's no F?
There's no F string in a guitar.
Oh, okay.
Top string is E. Fifth string is A. Fourth string is D. Third string is G. The second string is B. And the first string is the high E.
The high E, which is the very bottom string.
Right.
The high E and the low E. And something else they told him yesterday, when you play a D, you only play the bottom four strings.
Correct.
Yeah,
they play the open note, the open note above it, which is your D.
Right.
And then you play your chord.
Yep. That's one of the things.
There's a style of picking called root picking where you pluck that note first and then you strum the chord.
Right. That's exactly what they showed him yesterday.
There you go. He's on the right track then. He's got good people watching over him.
Yeah,
that's great.
We
you got an ace in the hole that's gonna keep you abreast of what's going on up there.
Yeah, that's right.
We really lost one of the best guitar players this year with one Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, Eddie Van Halen.
But now his son Wolfgang he's played with Van Halen. He's been a part of the group, and I think he's really following in the footsteps of his dad.
Name?
Eddie, what guy's name?
The person you're talking about.
Wolfgang.
The son.
His name is Wolfgang.
Wolfgang Van Halen, I guess.
Yeah. He would be Valerie Bertinelli's son with Eddie, but he's follows in Dad's footsteps, and he came out with a really good song right after his dad's death, you know, kind of like a tribute to his dad, and it was actually really good. The first time I heard it, it was solid with me. You know, where you hear that song for the first time, usually it has to wear on you and listen to it a couple of times.
It clicked
instantly.
It had the right thing.
Yeah, instantly loved it.
I've often said, if you ever want to laugh a little bit, is if you go to a place and you see music being played, when you look around at the people sitting at the tables, look at their feet, and you'll find out who's in the groove and who's not in the groove.
Oh yeah, you see the toe tapping going
on.
A
lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Feet tap a lot. I just don't care. You could be sitting there and not even knowing you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you know.
Yeah. I'm kicking myself because, like, I think I had a day last week off where I had a night free where I know I should have gone out to see our friend Denny Artachi play.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's playing this Saturday, as a matter of fact. I think he's at Mulligan's. I'm not sure. I got an invite from him.
I think that sounds right, Evan.
Yeah.
I've heard Mulligan's with his venues before.
Yeah.
And I know a tiki place down here in Stewart that I think he has mentioned.
Their boys are getting back out on the street, because I know a lot of them out there are just really, one of a really, really good guys around here named Scotty Bench. That's all he does.
Oh, Scott Bench. Scott Bench is amazing. I mean, he is like he's a one man, a good-hearted person, like a one-man show.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've seen at his venues, he can get people young and old. He can get the youngest people in the crowd grooving, and the oldest, and everybody in between. He's
by the
relatable.
Way, Denny's
key to success, Bonnie. When you're a musician, you don't play one thing, and you don't play my stuff.
Yeah.
You have
Denny,
to play what the people want to hear.
Denny's going to actually be the Denny Artachi Trio is going to be at Mulligan's this Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. right here in downtown Stewart. Yes, Mulligan's Beach House. So
that ought to be.
Unfortunately,
downtown Stewart, right?
Downtown Stewart, right down the street from the radio station, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so his trio is
going to be there, where the old Ashley used to be, correct?
It's right next to the City of Stewart building, downtown.
Is that close to the Riverwalk stage then?
Yeah, it's
possibly?
right. Yeah, right next. Yeah. There you go, Bonnie. That's a great reference point.
Yeah.
Right next to the Riverwalk stage.
Yes. Okay. Now I know where you're at.
Yep, that's exactly where it is. Yep. So if
got
you're not
lost there
doing
for a
nothing,
minute.
go check out the Denny Artachi Trio.
You got it.
Without a
Well, you
doubt,
guys have a great day.
we sure will.
And Evan, wish your son the best for me.
I sure
And,
will. I sure
and
will.
just keep an eye out. You know, you see the 5 lines and the 4 spaces. Come home. Remember, in the space, spell your face.
What?
What was that?
What was that?
Run it by
In
again.
the space, on musical notation, musical lines. There's 5 lines that go across the page that are empty. There's nothing on them.
Right.
And each there's space, line, space, line, space, line, space. In the 4 spaces on the musical staff, you will spell the word face. Write that word down in the spaces. FACE.
Uh-huh.
And then you just follow the alphabet. And you turn on G. You go back to A every time you get to G. So you start with if the bottom space is F, what's the next line going to be, Evan?
I don't know. I'm completely lost.
Go to the alphabet. Go to the alphabet and tell me real quick what comes after F.
Oh, F, C, E, F, G.
Correct.
Yeah.
What's after G? We go back to A.
A.
Go to A again. And the
Oh,
next line would be B.
B. Okay.
And it's alphabets right across there. People don't realize that.
I think
If
I
people
need,
would stop and think about that for a second.
I think I
Wait a
need
minute.
music lessons by Jeff.
Thanks for teaching us the musical
Yeah,
language.
exactly.
Well, you guys have a great day.
Hey, man,
Love
it's
you.
always a
We'll see you
pleasure.
later.
Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Take care, brother.
All right, take care, brother. Bye-bye. I love when he calls. I do. He's a great guy.
Yeah, very,
Really is.
very
Super.
pleasant man.
Super great guy. 6:22 right now. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. The chief of police in Fellsmere said on Wednesday that what he saw in the video of George Floyd's death is not what he teaches his officers. WPTV's Derek Lowe has more.
Community police relations. It's a discussion with added attention, a conversation that includes law enforcement training. Fellsmere Chief of Police Keith Touchberry says what he saw in Minneapolis is not what's taught to his officers.
It is not authorized by our department, and I am not aware of any police department or law enforcement agency that authorizes an officer to place a knee on someone's neck as a means to control them.
In addition to being police chief, he helps instruct ethics and police procedures to other law enforcement agencies along the Treasure Coast.
All of our courses are designed to, properly equip and train officers in how to interact with the community, how to use proper force, and how to de-escalate.
Technology evolved in recent years. Now with body cameras more widely used, the chief says it's easier to preserve investigations. He also instructs officers to always act as if they're being recorded.
I think law enforcement agencies throughout the country can always do more to grow and strengthen their relationships in their community. On the citizen to go out there and learn more about law enforcement.
In Fellsmere, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV.
2 people are injured following a multi-vehicle crash in Martin County Wednesday afternoon. The crash occurred at approximately 2:54 p.m. at the intersection of Southeast Petway Street and Southeast Federal Highway in Stuart. According to Martin County Fire Rescue, the patients were transported by air to a local trauma hospital. Southeast Federal Highway was closed for several hours from Southeast Medalist Place to Southeast Petway Street while officers worked the scene. It is not clear what has caused the crash. The St. Lucie County Jail is getting a new addition to make visitation safer, especially during these days of COVID-19. WPTV's Megan McRoberts.
Of a new building right outside the St. Lucie County Jail. To build a 7,200 square foot visitation center.
Inside, inmates need to be able to communicate with their loved ones, their family, as well as friends to get through this entire process of being incarcerated.
The building will keep families outside of the secure area of the jail where visitation calls are currently made, right in here.
COVID made us rethink this entire process.
The sheriff's office working to reduce the threat of spreading COVID to inmates and staff. Right now battling 46 active cases in the jail.
We were going a long time with 0 cases, and then all of a sudden it blew up about 10 days ago. But this keeping outsiders from inside the jail will definitely mitigate the COVID situation.
The detached building outside of the secure area eliminates the possibility of visitors bringing in contraband.
I don't think we've ever had a weapon brought in, but drugs is the number one concern of ours.
The sheriff's office right now allows 36 visitations per hour, 4 days a week. The new center will allow for 60 visitations per hour, 5 days a week. And with the growing population, incarceration rates and the need for more visitations is expected to keep rising.
The inmates are going to benefit, families going to benefit, our employees who work inside are going to benefit, and our community is going to benefit.
Now, the entire cost of the $750,000 project is being covered by Aramark and GTL, two companies that provide food services and telecommunication services to the jail, meaning taxpayers are off the hook. The project's set to be completed in November. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
Legislation to fix Florida's beleaguered Connect unemployment system appears to be on its way. Here's WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders.
We just weren't prepared for this.
Lee Van Pelt was one of many who needed unemployment but couldn't connect to Connect.
And my husband had his way. I'd be knocking at Ron DeSantis' door.
Crashes, long load times, and more plagued the online portal for months.
Now that we know what can happen, we definitely need to overhaul the complete system.
Those hopes now happening.
Show the bill passes.
The House giving unanimous approval to HB 1463 Wednesday. It reorganizes DEO, increases transparency, and upgrades Connect to a cloud-based system to prevent crashes.
Thank you so very much for this great bill.
While members heaped praise on the policy, some wanted to go further, raising benefits $100 a week.
We could have done more for the people of this state.
But the House GOP killed the idea, voting it down earlier.
The amount of and the duration of benefits is not what this very good infrastructure bill is about. This bill fixes a broken system.
The next stop is now the Senate. There, lawmakers have their own version waiting, suggesting this plan to polish up Connect will get final approval soon.
And it's time to, definitely move on.
Welcome news for people like Lee, hopeful the state has learned its lesson.
Lastly, officials at the Kennedy Space Center gave the all clear for NASA and SpaceX teams to proceed this week with the launch of 4 astronauts to the International Space Station. We reviewed all the open work and we concluded that we're going for a launch. Steve Stitch, manager of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, told reporters after the launch readiness review on Tuesday. The teams are now targeting 5:49 a.m. Friday for the Crew 2 mission launch. The Indian River State College Pioneers experienced snow Tuesday, then won over Dawson. Then it was in the Sweet 16 against the College of Southern Idaho, who had been a regular Hutchinson. The 25th appearance turned out good for IRSC, beating the Pioneers by a score of 94-82, so good for them. Tip for tonight's game is at 9, and you can hear it on WPSL 1590 and worldwide on WPSL.com.IRSC. News time 6:28. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:29 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Thursday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. And we really have a nice ride for this Thursday morning. Everything looking good on US 1. Major highways, so far, so good, nice and clear as you're heading out. There's your latest look at traffic.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by Code Red Roofers.
Well, we have 64 under a clear sky here in Port St. Lucie, and in Weimar, Germany this morning, it's 45, partly cloudy. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Happy Earth Day, sunshine's a great day to get outside and enjoy the beautiful South Florida weather. We'll start off this morning in the low 60s under partly cloudy skies. Clearing skies for this afternoon with mostly sunny conditions. Highs today in the low 80s. Tomorrow, pleasant and sunny with highs in the low 80s. Warmer with highs in the mid to upper 80s, partly sunny skies, and breezy winds. Sunday, hot and humid, highs reaching the upper 80s to low 90s, increasing clouds throughout the day and some late day showers and storms. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Wearing grandma style. Grandma style. Girls who want fashion, finding clothes at home. Enjoy your Nana's outfit and you make it your own. Granny's look is awesome and your mind will be blown. Sexy kind of look, so bring it on. And there's spandex and polyester. The 60s look, hey, they wrote the book, hey. And there's jumpsuits and lots of patchwork. Embroidery, hey, and blazers too, hey. She can wear the vintage look and really go, 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 go. Wearing grandma style.
Yeah, it's a parody from Psy's Gangnam Style, Bonnie.
Yeah, remember again Gangnam Style
Yeah.
when that was out? We were always like driving in the car and just rocking out and heads bopping to that song. But that was a little parody with, I guess, what's out for. We talked about it the other day. What's new with the kids? They're wearing maybe grandpa style.
Yeah,
clothing.
the older clothes are making a comeback. So we could see the plaid pants and the bell bottoms and things like that.
Things kind of go around in a circle, don't they? I
really
don't mind
do.
the fact of, like, say, I like that 1970s look with the bell bottoms and maybe some clogs and a turtleneck sweater.
I remember wearing Sergio Valente jeans and Jordache jeans back in the day.
Yeah,
That was the style back then.
even the guys once in a while would wear Jordache too, or where they wear. I think that was more. I remember it of being more of the girly.
No, I
jean.
wore Jordache. I wore
Did ya?
Jordache and Sergio Valente had the big V on the pockets.
Oh, sweet. And I think when we were going through a saving money kind of period, I wore Wrangler jeans to school.
Oh yeah, Wranglers are always going to be there.
Right.
They're always. You
Wranglers.
go anywhere and get Wrangler jeans, for God's sakes. Let's do some viral videos. So this first viral video I have is pretty darn good. It's a comedian who did a parody video that sums up how hot the housing market is right now. He plays someone selling an apple. Yes, selling a flippin' apple. And all the people who want the apple are willing to pay through the nose for the apple. This guy did a remarkable job. Let's listen.
Excuse me, Is that apple for sale? Yeah, we're about to put it on sale right now, actually. Well, I'm in the market, so tell me about your apple. Why should I buy it? Nice try. Okay, people, here's how this is going to work. I have an apple here. The highest bidder's going home with this. I want all bids in the next 2 minutes, then we're closing it. Bidding starts at $5. Feeling pretty confident there. He said starting at 5. 15. Is this a new apple? Yeah, just listed. I'm pre-qualified. I'll pay cash. I got cash. 20, 30, 40. No, just make it 45. Is it even worth that? 50. I don't know. Please, this is the 8th apple I've tried to buy. Could I at least see it up close? Nope, it's an apple. You know what it is. You either want it or you don't. I'll take it for 100. What? I'm from California. It's the cheapest apple I've ever seen. 120. Why did I do that? Why? I don't.
So yeah, the guy's pretty creative, I have to tell you.
You're right, Evan. He did a nice job with that,
Yeah.
with the housing market, how great it is,
Yeah.
and comparing it with one solid item.
One solid item, just
like
an apple.
Apple, and it is pretty hot because like throughout that, I heard him going higher on the
Higher.
prices than
Yep.
the apple. I could have sworn I know some folks that moved up to Georgia and just bought some housing up there. I think if I heard right, they might have purchased a house for going, and they bid, and I think they were 5,000, maybe 10,000 above the asking price. I'm not mistaken.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
people
crazy.
trying to get their hands on real estate. It's really kind of hard right now.
There's another guy in Great Britain that just posted a video recently of himself talking about a devastating breakup line that he just heard on a bus. The couple behind him was arguing when the woman said, well, I'll play the video and I'll let you listen. Here we go.
So I've just got off the bus and I've heard quite possibly one of the best one-liners I've ever heard in my life. So there's a couple behind me having a bit of a heated discussion. Now she's gone to him. You ready? You ready for this? I'd rather adjust to your absence than be continuously frustrated by your presence. Oof. I felt that one.
That is an amazing pickup line. I'd rather adjust to your absence than be continually frustrated by your presence.
I don't think it's a pickup line.
I mean, not a
though.
pickup line. I'm sorry. I said
I
it wrong.
think it's a breakup.
line.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry. My bad.
But that's perfect. That is, and this guy, this British guy, is he in Britain?
Yeah.
I love his accent,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, Great Britain.
He obviously was tickled by it and felt really pleased by
Yeah.
that one.
I'd rather adjust to your absence than be continually frustrated by your presence.
Wow,
so if
that's,
you're going to get
deep.
divorced or break up with somebody, there's your line of the day.
Deep and profound.
That's very, very straightforward
But-
to the point.
And to the point too, yes.
Yeah. Lastly, one last video I have. It's a group of it's a whale that's singing underwater.
Oh.
It's really extra cool because it's a large humpback male who's come to the Tonga Islands to find a female.
Oh.
So the whale is singing under the water. So let's listen. It's a mating call. Kind of sounds like a bodily function.
Sounds like my stomach that you
I
heard
know,
this
right?
morning.
This is so cool. That's a very peculiar sound.
Yeah.
Very, very peculiar,
If that's
I will say.
too, like in the Tonga Islands, I think because doesn't that already sound like the place where you would want to be and maybe go on a honeymoon?
Yeah.
The whale could be inviting Lady Whale out there for a honeymoon occasion.
That
and
was
such
just
a nice spot.
I've never heard that before. That was just like wowza, wowza, wowza.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, that was really cool. The
That they-
mating sound of a whale.
It's so amazing
whale.
how you just learn and different new things in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many things out there. Like what I think about, I got to watch the wild animal shows more often. Just think how many little creatures that are out there, like hidden in the Amazon,
Yeah.
that huge forest, that maybe creatures that we don't even know about or like we've never seen. I find it kind of fascinating,
Speaking of creatures,
Yeah.
I found a story and I thought of you, and I have to read it. It has to do with cats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to preface, I'm not picking on you. Okay, I'm not picking on you. I'm not throwing your cats under the bus, and it's not meant to. But I just think it's funny because it's an experiment that a kid did. Okay, just how many surfaces does your cat's butt touch? A 6th grader science fair project has the answer for this.
Oh,
How many surfaces your cat's butt opening?
like in your home, how many
Right.
surfaces does
Now,
it touch?
When your cat is walking around the house with their tail up, you can't help but notice their butt opening pointing right at you.
Yeah, my
Okay.
my little nephew, when he was a little boy,
Uh-huh.
would call it a spot.
Right, the spot. All right, and the spot. And do you ever wonder just how many parts of your house your cat is touching with that spot?
I've never wondered about that
Okay,
before.
think about that. This is a project the kid did. There's a 6th grader that's in Tennessee. His name is Caden Griffin, who decided to do God's work and tackle that question for his science fair project. Now, his project is called, quote, "Does your cat's butt opening really touch all the surfaces in your home?" He ran the experiment by putting a non-toxic lipstick on his cat's butt opening and then keeping track of where that lipstick showed up around the house.
Yeah.
And here's the results.
Okay.
This is true.
This ought to be
I
good.
am not making this stuff up. Okay, here's the results.
Uh-huh.
Number 1, cats with long and medium hair did not make any contact with hard or soft surfaces. Okay.
Okay, because that long or medium hair obviously coming over the spot
Yeah,
a little
the
bit,
spots.
so it wouldn't show up.
Right. Number 2, cats. How can you do this with a straight face? Number 2,
Because it's like a serious matter. Cat
It's-
owners
it
want to
is-
know.
it is inquiring meows want to know. Number 2. Number 2, cats with short hair did not make contact with hard surfaces, but there were smears of lipstick on soft surfaces like a bed.
Or maybe on somebody while they're sleeping, like on skin.
I don't know. But the good news is your cat isn't dragging their butt all over your house. But if you have a short-haired cat, well, maybe not everything is safe.
I think I'm going to try that. I would try that on Hansi. He has kind of thick fur, but you definitely can see a spot right there.
That is
Whereas
a very true story.
Jack Frosty, his is kind of covered.
That
So-
that is a very, very true experiment.
Oh.
I am not making that up. That is not stupid news. That is a real life story that a kid did.
If there's somebody in that kid's house, though, who hates the cat, hopefully that spot doesn't show up on that person
Man,
that would dislike a cat.
I cannot believe that this kid did that experiment. Yeah, so there you go. I thought you'd enjoy that and get a kick out of that one. Being
Yeah.
such a cat advocate as you are, a lover of cats.
I wonder if he did that for like a little school project that he had to show the results to, or
Oh, now
if he just came up with that and just something to try at home.
you
Pretty
know,
genuine.
man, I just
Oh.
simply don't know. I just simply don't know. But that's I give the kid credit. I mean, it's an ingenious thing that he did, but why a flippin' cat of all animals?
Did you ever have to do is there a science project or any project you had to do to test
I will
something in-
I'm going to tell you something. I will never forget that in 6th grade we had to dissect a frog in 6th grade.
Oh, yikes. 6th grade
in
you did.
6th grade,
I thought
in
that
science.
didn't come until 10th grade
No,
biology.
in science, and I'll remember it like no tomorrow.
Did it smell?
It was in Mr. Thurston's, and I'll never forget. And I remember exactly where the class was. You walked into the pod, you took a left, and there were 4 classrooms, and it was the one back left side. They had all these dead frogs in a plastic whatever.
Yeah.
And you took a frog out and you flipped it upside down, and you had to determine if the frog was pregnant or not. They were all females.
Oh, wow.
So you flipped it upside down.
Okay.
And you pinned its 4 legs.
How would you determine if they're
Well,
pregnant or
when you
not?
when you open it, you would see eggs inside.
Oh, so you
and
had
the
to
little
slither
eggs,
it open?
the little eggs are like
Whoa.
that small.
No kidding, huh?
So the way they taught you how to dissect the frog, it was kind of like you make a cut down like this, and then another cut like this, and then another cut like this, and then another cut like this.
Whoa.
I know people are wondering, this is radio. What are we looking at?
Sounds like
so. In
you're-
other words, basically, you take the flaps back from the, and then you can see the reproductive organs, and then you
Wow.
can see if there were little eggs inside or not. And I just got grossed out. But that I'm sorry, but I had nightmares after that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I see frog legs in the store now, I gross out.
Was it like
completely?
Was it like in a movie, maybe Weird Science or something? What movie did I see where they were in class and all the frogs all of a sudden came to life?
Oh, don't even
and
go there,
started
please.
hopping around.
Don't even go there, because you'll mentally scar me for life.
Are you afraid of frogs?
I do not I run like a little sissy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Especially like when there's a tree frog on the front door when we come home.
Yeah.
We hardly use the front door. We go in and out through the garage at my house. But when there's like a tree frog somewhere,
Like staring down at you.
Oh, forget
saying,
it.
Oh, there comes Evan.
Forget it.
Evan, I
It's-
bet he's more afraid of you
give
than
me
you are of it.
give me a long pole.
Yeah.
And like
Oh,
I'll
man.
jab it.
Are
and I'll
you-
never forget the one day there was a tree frog in my mailbox. I freaked out
Oh.
completely. Couldn't get it out. I would not get my mail.
Yeah.
I would not reach in and get my mail. I got this long pole and I started poking,
Mm-hmm.
and I must have hit the frog, and I heard the frog scream.
Did it jump out on your face?
No, but it jumped out of the mailbox. But it screamed. And it
Oh.
wasn't like a ribbit. It was like a scream,
It was
like
a little
girl screaming.
distress call or
Yeah,
something.
like a distress call. But
Wow.
it jumped out of my mailbox.
See, I'm not afraid of frogs at all. I would have, if you called me, I would come and I would put some latex gloves on and just shoo
Well,
it on out.
Maybe you can start a new service called Bonnie's Frog Removal Service.
I think they're kind of cute.
Well, you know what, Bonnie? Next time I have a frog, I'm calling you. All right? You're going to be my go-to girl. It's 6:48. It's time for news brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin and Hawk Levy. For the best deals in precious metals, go see Hawk Levy at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines.
Thanks, Evan. In Martin County, after a year of juggling in-person and remote learning, students will be expected to return to their classrooms for the 2021-2022 school year. The school board Tuesday unanimously agreed it would end its remote learning option offered to families who prefer their children learn from home the worst of the COVID-19 pandemic and require students to return to school. Legislation to fix Florida's beleaguered Connect unemployment system appears to be on its way. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has details.
We just weren't prepared for this.
Lee Van Pelt was one of many who needed unemployment but couldn't connect to connect.
If my husband had his way, I'd be knocking at Ron DeSantis' door.
Crashes, long load times, and more plagued the online portal for months.
Now that we know what can happen, we definitely need an overhaul of the complete system.
Those hopes now happening.
Show the bill passes.
The House giving unanimous approval to HB 1463 Wednesday. It reorganizes DEO, increases transparency, and upgrades Connect to a cloud-based system to prevent crashes.
Thank you so very much for this great bill.
While members heaped praise on the policy, some wanted to go further, raising benefits $100 a week.
I've done more for the people of this state.
But the House GOP killed the idea, voting it down earlier.
The amount of and the duration of benefits is not what this very good infrastructure bill is about. This bill fixes a broken system.
The next stop is now the Senate. There, lawmakers have their own version waiting, suggesting this plan to polish up Connect soon.
and it's time to, definitely move on.
Welcome news for people like Lee, hopeful the state has learned its lesson.
The Broward County School Superintendent is facing a felony perjury charge related to testimony he gave before a grand jury investigation following the Parkland massacre.
Robert Runcie is out of jail, and Parkland father and Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High Public Safety Commission member Ryan Petty wants him out of a job, putting the pressure on the school board.
Oh, I think they should begin their search immediately.
Petty is hopeful through this case being prosecuted by the Florida Attorney General's office, they'll find justice for the MSD victims, including his daughter, Elena.
And that the students in Broward County will benefit from, hopefully, a new superintendent and new leadership at the district.
In a statement, the board's chair has said the district will operate as normal under its leadership team. Eric Rodriguez, Miami.
A group of local high school students is sparking a newfound love among their fellow classmates for computer technology. WPTV's Josh Navarro has more.
Luke Fisher, Maximilian Myler, and Alec Fetko, aka Hector Computer Science Industries, are 11th graders at Spanish River High School in Boca Raton. They recently won the first ever Canco's Hackathon competition last Sunday.
I didn't think that we made it that far, especially considering some of the other projects, how innovative they were.
We got to the semifinals, we presented, we held our breaths, and we won. It was crazy.
Surprised we won. We ran into a lot of hiccups.
The National Hackathon challenged teams in more.
Start and the end, it's exactly 2 hours. You have to make the game and then the curriculum that goes with it in that 2 hour stretch. Once that time's out, you're done.
The curriculum the team develops is used in hopes to reboot interest among underserved elementary students in computer programming. CanCode has taught over 400 elementary schoolers and engaged 20 teen volunteer teachers. Noah Rubin started CanCode in 2016.
The way that they develop their curriculum is it's actually modular, so we can teach different parts of the game at different workshops.
These students now feel they have gained more skills and look to inspire others.
Teach younger children just basic concepts of code with these like fun and engaging like ways to teach them, just making games. But I think it has a good impact in their overall knowledge of code.
I'm Josh Navarro, WPTV News Channel 5.
Well, lastly, there's a 90% chance of favorable weather conditions for a launch from Cape Canaveral tomorrow morning. NASA and SpaceX postponed this morning's scheduled liftoff of 4 astronauts aboard the Crew Dragon Endeavour because of weather concerns. Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. will miss time because of a violation of the NBA's health and safety protocols stemming from visiting a Miami strip club with teammate Sterling Brown that resulted in Brown being assaulted, sources told ESPN. Porter likely will be out until at least Sunday. Rockets coach Stephen Silas said prior to Wednesday's game against the Utah Jazz. The NBA's health and safety protocols limit where players can go while on the road. News time is 6:52. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:54 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. In St. Lucie County on the Turnpike up in Fort Pierce, there is a vehicle fire, and this is on the Turnpike. It's southbound at mile marker 123. And due to the vehicle fire, all of those southbound lanes blocked on the Turnpike. You're going to see that activity if you're heading up that way. Back here in Martin County, it's looking like a good ride. So far, so good on our major highways right here. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's a clear sky, 67 in Stuart. In Catanzaro, Italy, it's 52 with rain showers. Here's our weather outlook at WPTV.
Happy Earth Day sunshine. A great day to get outside and enjoy the beautiful South Florida weather. We'll start off this morning in the low 60s under partly cloudy skies. Clearing skies for this afternoon with mostly sunny conditions. Highs today in the low 80s. Tomorrow, pleasant and sunny with highs in the low 80s. Saturday, slightly warmer with highs in the mid to upper 80s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds. Sunday, hot and humid, highs reaching the upper 80s to low 90s, increasing clouds throughout the day and some late day showers and storms. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Coming up on 7 a.m. right here at WSTU Stuart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. And then hour number 2 on a Thursday just for you. Don't go anywhere.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9688. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And a very happy Thursday to you on this April 22nd, 2021.
There's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
Okay, well, I don't think there's something wrong.
Listen, this is the way it is.
Okay, I know that's the way it is.
Here he is for the year 2020, people's sexiest man alive.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm not the sexiest man alive, though, but I appreciate the kind words. 7:08 on a Thursday morning. Mr. Clock, would you certify?
It's now 7:08 a.m.
Bonnie, I don't think I'm the sexiest man alive, and hopefully you don't either.
Well, you never know. I mean, you could, have that going throughout the day that you are the sexiest man alive and, just to get that good optimistic spirit about you.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I have good self-esteem, but I don't think I'm the sexiest man alive, as they said.
do you think like anybody that's dubbed the sexiest man alive, like say if they get on People magazine, so it's the sexiest man of the year, do you think they're under big pressure to still be the sexiest man
I don't know.
the following year? Or
I don't know.
Do guys get worried about that sort of thing where somebody younger and sexier is going to come up and shove me and push me aside and push me out of place? Or do guys really care about that?
I don't know.
thing?
I had somebody ask me the other day, a girl asked me the other day if I had a six-pack. And I looked at her, I looked down at my stomach. I'm like, does this look like a six-pack? Looks more like a case as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, maybe she thought you had like six-pack abs that you might have been hiding.
Yeah, that's exactly
under.
what she meant.
Oh,
I looked down at my stomach and I'm like, six-pack? I'm like, lady, what are you talking about? There's a whole case sitting down here. There's no damn six-pack. Jeez.
I've been trying to do more sit-ups lately. I say I'm gonna go for some crunch, not Nestle Crunch.
Yeah.
Not Captain Crunch, not Crunch and Munch.
Yeah.
But crunching crunches.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. The wife got on her treadmill last night at home. She was
Ooh, yeah.
treading away with her iFit app. I don't know what country she was in, but it just programs everything.
Oh, she can go to a different country and pretend she's like, she's actually working out, but feeling like you're working out.
Right. Yeah. It shows you the screen like you're going, you could like run on the sand and go up the mountains and here and there and everywhere. And
you could be running through like the streets of New York City.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen that when they were advertising the app
yeah,
or some
exactly.
sort of thing.
Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Evan and Bonnie. Bonnie, I usually only call once a year when you're giving away the tickets to the fair. And I think this year, or maybe it was last year, you were out. But I was asking about you, are you just out of high school? Because you have the sweetest, youngest voice I've ever heard on radio.
Doesn't she really, man? I am so blessed to have her as my co-host,
The youth, it's just, I don't normally get up this early. And I'm on babysitting duty because I'm grandpa. So I had to get up early for my daughter. It's amazing what we do for our children.
Right.
And usually I'm out on a bike, so I'm not usually time of the day as soon as I get up at 7, that is. Because I know you guys start at 6, but
right.
It's just such a youthful voice. And even you, Evan, I know you're young because you use the word like and so a lot in your sentences. So you must have been born in the 80s.
Wow. I take that as a compliment. Would you believe I'm 61 years young?
No.
Yeah, I'm 61, man.
Holy.
My body's only 30.
Yeah.
She's just out of high school. She's wet behind the neck.
So it must be your children that rubbed off on you with the like thing.
It must be because, I got 4 of them damn rascals. I got a 31-year-old, 29-year-old twins, an 18-year-old, and a 3-year-old grandbaby. And Bonnie's got a couple of bonus kids as well, right, Bonnie?
Bonus ones, too, yeah. Yes. But thank you for the kind words this morning.
What's your name, by the way?
John.
John, Mr. John.
And I just wanted to let you know that cats do clean themselves, so no matter where they set their butts down, it's usually pre-clean.
We were laughing so hard about that story this morning that the kid that thought of that science experiment, you got to give the kid credit for originality on that one.
Oh, yeah. And where else that might have been on another cat's nose. Like if you have two cats in the house. Look for the other cat's nose. See if that print is printed upon it.
Yes, and he did come up with a good system, because when you first told the story, I'm thinking, what's he doing, just watching the cat all day? I mean, he must not get any sleep, but he did come up with a good system to track it.
Yeah, he really did. Hey, we're about to go into our birthday segment. Do you have anybody you want to wish a happy birthday or anniversary to that may be listening this morning?
Well, I know a nice lady. Her name is Florence. Can I say her last name?
Of course, you can say whatever you like, as long as you don't say those 7 curse words.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah, Florence Hook is going to be 88 years old in May.
Oh, God bless
I'm
her.
not-
God bless her.
Well, that's the nearest birthday I know, but thank you for asking.
No problem. It's our pleasure. And listen, you're more than welcome to call the program anytime that you wish. Please do.
Well, I'm just going to have to get up earlier, but God bless you guys.
Oh, God bless you too. And thank you so much for calling.
Thank
You have
you.
a fantastic day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye now. What a nice guy.
Yeah, very
Man,
pleasant. That was John
That
calling.
was John.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I got another call coming in. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. I was walking in Turks and Caicos.
Oh, there. The wife.
Oh, the Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, she was in
Islands.
the Turks and Caicos.
Oh, it had
Yeah.
to be beautiful. Was the weather warm?
It was.
Yeah, her hair was just blowing back in the breeze while she treadmill. You can see the wind blowing in her hair.
Do you have a fan on that thing, like a fan that blows
No.
at you too to keep you cool?
That's something I should
No.
put on there. I may have to get because then that defeats the purpose, because the idea of the treadmill is you're supposed to sweat, and,
You are.
and when you sweat, you burn off all the calories.
Yeah, and like it, what our friend Mr. Artachi did say last week. He was talking about taking the stairway instead of the elevator.
Yeah.
So you got to do it as with all the strength you can and be
Yeah.
honest. Have an honest workout, right,
Yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah,
That
she's
just sounds-
tired. She's tired this morning.
Yes.
she's tired this morning. I assume you didn't have your coffee.
No.
Yeah, see, I could
But
tell.
I'm
There
tired.
you go.
My cousin called and I spent over an hour on the phone with her last night, so I didn't get to bed until after 11.
Why? Wait a minute. Michelle called?
Yeah, my cousin Michelle called.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, it wasn't a good call. I take it, right?
No.
Okay. We'll talk about that off the air. We don't want to air all our dirty laundry out there.
No.
No, definitely not. All right. Well, go to Dunkin' Donuts and go get a large.
Get something.
What is that? The large ice
Latte? Is it the latte?
It's a caramel something with extra this and extra that.
Oh, yeah, it sounds
Large
good.
iced coffee, like sweet.
Yeah, light and sweet. That's it.
Get a sweet donut too.
Oh hell,
because
they'll just see her pulling up and they'll have it ready. They know her by heart.
it's been a long time since we've had a donut here, Evan.
Has it?
Once in a while, on occasion, we get some, and it's been a while.
Maybe
so-
I'll bring some in tomorrow.
Will you?
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe I should bring some in.
All right,
I'll
you bring
see.
some in.
Well, I can't promise that. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if Dunkin' Donuts is open as early as you go to work, Evan.
No, but I could buy them today and they'll be good for tomorrow.
I've done that before. I've done
Right.
that sort of thing
Just
before.
slap it in the microwave,
Yep.
especially those glazed donuts. Man, they're good.
Mm-mm. Mhm.
All right, well, listen, have a great day. Tell everybody at work I said hi, and that's all I got for you this morning.
Okay, have a great day.
See you later. Bye. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say I love you,
Oh yeah.
like I usually
She
do.
knows. She
I know.
knows it's true.
I know. Machine Gun Kelly is 31 years old today. Look at that name right off the bat that you know.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun
Where did
Kelly.
I see that he's gonna be performing at the up and coming NFL draft that's coming up?
I guess.
He's gonna be like one of the performers there.
Okay.
And I think Kings of Leon is gonna be the opening for the draft
All
this
right.
year.
His biggest hit was Bad Things with Camila Cabello. Amber Heard is 35. That's Aquaman's queen, Mara, in the Aquaman and Justice League movies.
Oh,
Mal-
and married to Johnny Depp at one time
Yes,
too, and
for sure.
she's the
For shizzle.
what's causing many of Johnny Depp's frustrations nowadays, and
Gotcha.
it's a he said she said kind of matter. And I read the tabloids, but from what I read, it's like I can never tell what is true.
Gotcha. Good morning. You're on the air with Evan and Bonnie.
Well,
Oh, geez. We haven't heard from this one in a while. It's
Well.
it's Big Kitty. Welcome to the program, Big Kitty. Yeah.
Hi, Big Kitty.
Yeah. There's a
Well.
perfect person to talk about that experiment with.
Big Kitty, do you have a spot? am I putting you on the spot?
Yes, Big Kitty has a spot. No, I'm not going to ask that question. No, I'm simply not going to ask that
Big
question.
Kitty, do you have a mating call like the whale we had on this morning?
Yeah, do you have a mating call? Can you give us your mating call?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Holy
Okay.
Big Kitty sounds like he wants to go on a honeymoon.
Yeah. Yeah, wants the penthouse suite with the big litter box.
Big and golden one.
Yeah, for sure. For shizzle.
Boy, this is silliness.
Poor
Man.
John. John's probably listening and wondering what the heck's going on with their show. Yeah, John, if you're listening, we have a cat that calls the program every so often. We have no idea who this cat is. And the cat just calls us and we talk to it for like a minute or two.
Yeah.
And it just answers.
If it's a classy cat or not, we're really not sure at this moment.
Yeah, we have no idea if this cat has class.
How much class it has.
Yeah,
Or
we just know it has a spot. That's all that we know. All right, Big Kitty. We have other things to tend to on the show than listen to you meow. So unless you're going to be performing or singing a song, can you meow happy birthday by any chance for our listeners?
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Why did I ask? I should have never asked that question.
That was sweet.
All right.
Can I send that out to my friend who's celebrating a birthday, Sherry Tovar?
Oh, okay.
She has a kitty too, so she would like that.
Does her kitty have a spot? Probably. All right. So we'll talk to you later.
Her kitty, when she was just a kitten, used to be mean. I
Oh,
used to
wow.
come over, and the little kitten would claw up my hands and stuff.
Jeez, wow.
Come home with my hands all bloody.
Daniel Johns is 42. I'm going back to birthdays. I can't deal with that anymore.
Daniel
Daniel
Johns?
Johns is 42 years old today. That's Silverchair singer who let Natalie Imbruglia get away.
Oh, Natalie Imbruglia, who brought us that big hit Torn.
Yeah, one hit wonder, Torn. That was it.
But what a big hit that was,
That was a
right?
good song.
Yeah.
I remember I was
Oh.
working at WRMF when I played that song for the very first time.
Were you?
Yeah, that's where I
Mhm.
was. I was on the midnight shift.
I think I was at Coast, right over here across the bridge at
Yep.
the music station. Yeah.
Sherry Shepard, 54 years old today. She used to be one of the people on The View.
Oh yeah, she was
Sherry
on there.
Shepard.
Yep.
Cheryl Lee is 54. That's Laura Palmer on Twin Peaks. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, 55. That's Negan on The Walking Dead. Byron Allen is 60. That's the comedy and talk show legend. Peter Frampton. Oh, man. I love this guy. 71. I can't believe he's 71.
Mhm.
I remember seeing him when I was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
Down at the Miami Baseball Stadium.
Wow.
And when he did Show Me the Way and Baby, I Love Your Way and Do You Feel Like, oh, I love that album, Frampton Comes Alive. That is
Mhm.
like one of my all-time favorite albums of his.
Yep. I think the last time he was down here was, if I'm not mistaken, maybe almost 2.5 years ago.
Yep.
He played down in the West Palm Beach area. I think, and I missed it. I think I might have been up in Wisconsin when he was here playing, but I'm pretty sure it was like one of his last shows too.
Yeah.
Because he did stop touring due to health issues.
Right. Jack Nicholson is 84 years old today. The one and only Jack Nicholson.
Oh man, he's so full of energy.
Yeah, definitely.
I love
so.
seeing him in any movie. He just can. I liked him in The Departed. I
Yeah.
think that's a movie recently we watched him in.
The Rhinestone Cowboy. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Would be one Glenn Campbell.
That's right. He's celebrating a birthday in the heavens. Passed away in 2017. And Eddie Albert from Green Acres celebrating a birthday in the heavens as well. Passed away in 2005.
Okay.
Wow. Eddie
Yeah.
Albert.
Yeah.
Remember that show, Green Acres, right?
I remember of it. It was just like a little bit.
Her and Zsa
before
Zsa
me.
Gabor. I mean, him and Zsa Zsa Gabor were on there.
They both were.
Yes.
Oh, Zsa Zsa was in
Yes,
that
I
too.
think it was Zsa Zsa or Ava. I'm not sure which one it was. Anyway, that's your birthdays and anniversaries for February the 22nd, 2021. 7:22 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Let's head over to the news desk once again And here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. The chief of police in Fellsmere said on Wednesday that what he saw in the video of George Floyd's death is not what he teaches his officers. WPTV's Derek Lowe has more.
Community police relations. It's a discussion with added attention, a conversation that includes law enforcement training. Fellsmere Chief of Police Keith Touchberry says what he saw in Minneapolis is not what's taught to his officers.
It is not authorized by our department, and I am not aware of any police department or law enforcement agency that authorizes an officer to place a knee on someone's neck as a means to control them.
In addition to being police chief, he helps instruct ethics and police procedures to other law enforcement agencies along the Treasure Coast.
All of our courses are designed to, properly equip and train officers in how to interact with the community, how to use proper force, and how to de-escalate.
A profession that's seen technology evolve in recent years. Now, with body cameras more widely used, the chief says it's easier to preserve investigations. He also instructs officers as if they're being recorded.
I think law enforcement agencies throughout the country can always do more to grow and strengthen their relationships in their community. But I also put it back on the citizen to go out there and learn more about law enforcement.
In Fellsmere, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV.
2 people are injured following a multi-vehicle crash in Martin County Wednesday afternoon. The crash occurred at approximately 2:54 p.m. at the intersection of Southeast Petway Street and Southeast Federal Highway in Stuart. According to Martin County Fire Rescue, the patients were transported by air to a local trauma hospital. Southeast Federal Highway was closed for several hours from Southeast Medalist Place to Southeast Petway Street while officers worked the scene. It is not clear what has caused the crash. Broward County School Superintendent Robert Runcie is arrested and charged with perjury, that in connection with his testimony in a grand jury investigation that followed the Parkland massacre. Reaction from Andrew Police, who lost his, Andrew Pollock, who lost his daughter Meadow that day.
I don't know how happy you could ever be. My daughter was murdered, but it's good to see that some people getting held accountable.
Runcie, meanwhile, is released on his own recognizance. The St. Lucie County Jail is getting a new addition to make visitation safer, especially during these days of COVID-19. WPTV's Megan McRoberts reports from St. Lucie County.
Breaking ground Wednesday on the site of a new building outside the St. Lucie County Jail. County leaders announced plans to build a 7,200 square foot visitation center.
Inside, inmates need to be able to communicate with their loved ones, their family, as well as friends to get through this entire process of being incarcerated.
The building will keep families outside of the secure area of the jail where visitation calls are currently made, right in here.
COVID made us rethink this entire process.
The sheriff's office working to reduce the threat of spreading COVID to inmates and staff. Right now battling 46 active cases in the jail. We were going a long time with 0 cases, and then all of a sudden it blew up about 10 days ago. But this keeping outsiders from inside the jail will definitely mitigate the COVID situation. The detached building eliminates the possibility of visitors bringing in contraband.
I don't think we've ever had a weapon brought in, but drugs is the number one concern of ours.
The sheriff's office visitations per hour, 4 days a week. The new center will allow for 60 visitations per hour, 5 days a week. And with the growing population, incarceration rates and the need for more visitations is expected to keep rising.
The inmates are going to benefit, families going to benefit, our employees who work inside are going to benefit, and our community is going to benefit.
Now, the entire cost of the $750,000 project is being covered by Aramark and GTL, 2 companies that provide food services and telecommunications services to the jail, meaning taxpayers are off the hook. The project's set to be completed in November. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
Well, lastly, the frozen food company Stouffer's just revealed its latest concoction called Lasagna Mac. It's exactly what it is. It's a normal slice of lasagna, except the middle layer is macaroni and cheese. It's not out yet, and for now, it'll be a limited time only thing. They say it'll hit grocery stores sometime this summer. Earlier this week, marijuana smokers celebrated 420, and this year, NFL players could join in. Now, coincidentally, on Tuesday the 20th, 420 was the first day of the league's random drug testing window, but for the first time, they won't test for THC, the chemical found in marijuana. That's because a change was made in the last collective bargaining agreement, which ushered in a new drug policy. It's one of the new things the league agreed to in exchange for the 17-game season. Under the new rules, players will only be tested for THC during the preseason, between the start of training camp and the first preseason game. News time is 7:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:28 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Here's Bonnie.
Well, Evan, there is a vehicle fire. This is on the Turnpike up in Fort Pierce. So Turnpike northbound at mile marker 172 up that way. All of the southbound lanes in that area are blocked due to that vehicle being on fire. And let me see, I might have something else as I bring up the latest here. Some road construction is on the Turnpike southbound 2 up that way, where the right lane is blocked due to road construction. If you're headed north, you'll probably see all the hoopla, but you shouldn't be affected by all of that heading north, as all of that is heading in the direction southbound. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 67 in Palm City, and in Riverhead, New York, it's only 35. Here's our forecast from WPTV.
Happy Earth Day, sunshine. It's a great day to get outside and enjoy the beautiful South Florida weather. We'll start off this morning in the low 60s under partly cloudy skies. Clearing skies for this afternoon with mostly sunny conditions. Highs today in the low 80s. Tomorrow, pleasant and sunny with highs in the low 80s. Saturday, slightly warmer with highs in the mid to upper 80s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds. Sunday, hot and humid, highs reaching the upper 80s to low 90s, increasing clouds throughout the day and some late day showers and storms. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:33 right now on the Get Up and Go show, and joining us on our line right now is the one and only gentleman that heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. It's Joe Catrabone. Joe, good morning to you.
Good morning, Evan and Bonnie. How are you today?
We're doing great.
Yeah, we're doing really excellent, and we hope that you are yourself and everything is good over there at the chamber.
Everything is great. Thank you. I had a very interesting show this morning. I was really interesting about the cats.
That's definitely going to boost our ratings for sure.
That's going to boost your ratings way up.
Yeah, it kind of makes you think twice. But you know what's even is even more interesting is that the fact that the kid did that as an experiment for his class, and he actually got an A on it.
Yeah, I would imagine.
It's very inventive. Like, he really used a lot of imagination in that. I almost bet that he's an animal lover for sure. He probably has a couple of cats of his own.
And I agree, no doubt. And of course, if I have a vote, Evan, I will definitely vote as you for the sexiest man alive.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice. You see,
somebody loves me out here.
You got to keep up that confidence level,
there
Evan,
you
for
go.
sure.
There you go. So what's been going on these days at the chamber? Fill us in, catch us up to date, if you will.
You know, it's amazing. We're really doing well. The thing that's killing us is the fact that we're not doing special events. Which is, you know, a portion of our budget is based on our net profit from special events, and so it's the issue is venues. You know, for instance, right now we're trying to book our holiday trade show, which is very popular. We usually do it at the college in November, and they won't give us a date. They won't give us an okay that they're not sure they're going to be allowing public in there all the way to November. So our health and wealth show, we basically, for all intents and purposes, have canceled that. So we're kind of floundering in that area, but the good news is we're making up for it in other areas. So overall, we're still running about 26 or 28% ahead of our scheduled forecasted budget, which is a good thing. And I don't see any really big bumps in the road that's going to prevent us from, at least there's no doubt in my mind we're going to make budget. And of course, we were very fortunate. You know, we just got our PPP funding. The first go around, we couldn't get it because 501c6 corporations were not entitled or eligible. Then the second round was changed to where 501c6s, not non-profits were, not profits were included. So we just received our PPP funding, and so we feel pretty good that certainly will make up for any shortfalls that we would have on the special event side. So we're feeling pretty good about it.
Folks, I can't stress enough that if you have a business out here and you're looking for exposure, you're looking for networking, you're looking for great opportunities and not spending a whole lot of money to get all these amenities, this is where you need to be, at the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. Joe and his staff there, they do a fabulous job. They do their business after hours get-togethers, their breakfasts, anything that encompasses anything. This is where, in my humble opinion, this is where you need to be out here. You know, you can go to the website to join. You can give Joe a call on the phone. He makes his number very readily available. He answers his phone 23 and a half hours a day. The poor guy only sleeps a half hour every night, and that's it. I mean, he's
know what? I'm glad you brought that up. We had a business after hours last night at Liberty Impact Windows over on Monterey.
Right.
And, you know, we all know Ellie's Deli. I mean, their food is great. Their luncheons are great.
Right.
And I never realized that Chef Mark caters. I don't know why I didn't. But
Are
anyway,
you serious? Everybody knows they cater.
I don't pay attention to that. You know, I don't I don't. Our staff does things with catering. They book the
Bonnie.
things. I do it.
Bonnie, he's not listening to you every night around 8:40
No,
when you talk about
no, wait a
Ellie's
minute.
Deli.
He used to not listen to Mike because we all remember Mike Thomas.
Yeah.
Wonderful Mike. He and his lovely wife had their wedding catered by Ellie's Deli a while back.
Their
so,
wedding?
Yeah.
Are you
Ellie's.
sure?
He did. I was so impressed. There was a spinach stuffed, sort of like a pastry stuffed with a creamy spinach. Oh my God! It was probably one of the best hors d'oeuvres I've ever eaten. Stuffed mushroom, shrimp, fruit plates, shrimp. Oh my God! It was. I just couldn't believe it. It was really, really good. So kudos to Chef Mark. His food is wonderful.
So
And now-
they catered you yesterday, huh?
Yeah. So shame on me. I didn't know about catering.
Well, there
and
you
of
go.
course, most times my radio is off when I'm in the office at 8:40. Bonnie, I apologize, but I can't have the radio playing when I have people coming in to visit and things of that nature.
Oh,
So-
I thought you were going to say you can't let the radio play when you're eating.
Yeah.
And enjoying more of that Ellie's Deli
Yeah,
food.
exactly.
No.
I like to concentrate on that too. I bet you had like wonderful, delicious things on the table that maybe you never even tried before.
You're probably right.
He gets creative with
Yeah,
it.
Chef Mark's
Yeah.
amazing. He really is.
Really great. We had and Amy had a pretty good week or so. We brought in quite a few new members.
Tell us the new members,
We're
please.
a White Shirt Integrity Group, which is a real estate brokers, and they also, which is kind of unusual, but they do. A lot of realtors don't like to mess with rentals, but they do. So that's helpful for us because a lot of people come in here and looking for rentals rather than they may be just a winter resident. They want to be here for a couple of months. So anyway, we've added them to our roles. Really interesting gentleman by the name of Zach Gaza. He owns several businesses. This man is an entrepreneur.
Sounds like me.
Yeah.
he has a business called, his main business, Be a Man, Buy Land. And he joined as a trustee.
I've seen that on television. Yeah.
Yeah, he owns a bunch of land that he sells, and he's the old Palmar track. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but he owns that. It's a huge piece of land, and he's selling mostly recreational type lots out there. And there's hunting and fishing and things of that nature. He sells land for $1,000 down and $100 or $125 a month. Carries the paper on it. So the guy is really an entrepreneur. On top of that, he's got a pawn shop called Wild Side Pawn and Gun on Federal Highway in Stewart. The Hopestown Farmers Market. So he's quite an entrepreneur, and he's an interesting young man. Very, very nice.
Does he run the Hopestown Farmers Market or something? Some sort of thing?
A couple of employees, so I'm not sure whether he basically does it or not.
Yeah.
But I don't know him that well. Met him a couple of times, but he certainly seems to me like he's kind of a on-hands guy. He told me he's so busy he sees himself coming and going. You can imagine with the pawn shop and the real estate business and I think the green market's only open weekends, but I'm not sure.
Wow.
Sounds like an interesting guy. Yeah, I've seen that on
really
TV with the incredible ads for it. Be a man, buy land. Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
And then they have this like big burly guy in it, and a big burly guy icon. And I think he might sell some wilderness spots in the Okeechobee area.
Yeah, he does. He's got a lot of land. Yeah. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah.
His family developed up in the Hamptons years ago.
Oh,
so he's, by the way, he's an attorney by trade, but he doesn't practice.
Man, that is really like many hats a fellow being wearing. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have a new member that upgraded to a management. They're financial advisors, insurance agent, health, all kinds of insurance. Then a young man by the name of Dylan Brandenburg. He's an attorney. His dad's an attorney also. They're on Osceola Street in Stewart. And Green Pest Services. Shane Green is the owner, and of course, they're pest control station. And then Senior Health Advocate Advisors. Pamela Nichols is the owner, and they do insurance, specialize in Medicare and in supplements and senior care management. So Amy knocked them out of the park again last week. She does most weeks. And so again, our membership development is good. Our membership retention is up, which is, that's as good as it gets. When your membership development is up and retention is up, that's how you build your numbers and your membership. So again, we're doing extremely well.
Good to hear. If people need to reach you, how do they reach you? Give out all forms of contact, if you would, please.
Sure. You can call me at 772-287-1088. My extension is 108. Of course, any of our staff can help you, but I'd be more than happy to speak to anyone always about the chamber. Or you can go to our website, www.stuartmartinchamber.org. You can even join on our website, which we don't like to do. We like to have a personal sit down with members and explain what we have to offer and what we do and what we're all about. So we're always willing to discuss what we do and why we do it with anyone.
That's Joe Catrabone. He heads up the Martin Stewart Chamber of Commerce. Folks, I can't say enough. You need to get your business involved with the chamber. Lots of perks, lots of benefits, lots of amenities, and you can even also a business after hours, just like that business did last night. It's a lot of fun, without a doubt.
Or a breakfast, or you can
or a breakfast. Yeah, for sure. Joe, thank you so much. It's always our pleasure to have you on. I appreciate
My pleasure.
you.
Thank you, guys.
We'll talk to you.
Have a good weekend. I'll look forward to speaking with you next week.
All right, take care. Bye-bye now. 7:44 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news, all brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin for the best deals in town. Check out Hawk Levy at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. After a year of juggling in-person and remote learning, students here will be expected to return to their classrooms for the 2021-22 school year in Martin County. The school board on Tuesday unanimously agreed it would end its remote learning option offered to families who preferred their children learn from home through the worst of the COVID-19 pandemic and require students return to school. The first day of the next school year is August 11. Legislation to fix Florida's beleaguered Connect unemployment system appears to be on its way. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has details.
For this.
Lee Van Pelt was one of many who needed unemployment but couldn't connect to Connect.
If my husband had his way, I'd be knocking at Ron DeSantis' door.
Crashes, long load times, and more plagued the online portal for months.
Now that we know what can happen, we definitely need to overhaul the complete system.
Those hopes now happening.
Show the bill passes.
The House giving unanimous approval to HB 1463 Wednesday. It reorganizes DEO, increases transparency, and upgrades Connect to a cloud-based system to prevent crashes.
Thank you so very much for this great bill.
While members heaped praise on the policy, some wanted to go further, raising benefits $100 a week.
We could have done more
earlier.
The amount and the duration of benefits is not what this very bill is about. This bill fixes a broken system.
The next stop is now the Senate. There, lawmakers have their own version waiting, suggesting this plan to polish up Connect will get final approval soon.
And it's time to, definitely move on.
Welcome news for people like Lee, hopeful the state has learned its lesson.
This Saturday is National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, and law enforcement agencies across Florida will be collecting unwanted medications. The goal is to keep those drugs from falling into the wrong hands.
And in order to heal our state and help folks recover from addiction, we have to have help from the community in spreading awareness and proactive efforts in bringing back unwanted or unused prescription medication.
Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody. A group of high school students locally is sparking a newfound love among their fellow classmates for computer technology. WPTV's Josh Navarro has more.
Luke Fisher, Maximilian Myler, and Alec Fetko, aka Hector Computer Science Industries, are 11th graders at Spanish River High School in Boca Raton. They recently won the first ever Canco's Hackathon competition last Sunday.
I didn't think that we made it that far, especially considering some of the other projects, how innovative they were.
We got to the semifinals, we presented, we held our breaths, and we won. It was crazy.
Surprised we won. We ran into a lot of hiccups. We submitted with 10 seconds left.
The National Hackathon challenged teams in more ways than one.
The start and the end, it's exactly 2 hours. You have to make the game and then the curriculum that goes with it in that 2 hour stretch. Once that time's out, you're done.
The curriculum the team develops is used in hopes to reboot interest among underserved elementary students in computer programming. CanCode has taught over 400 elementary schoolers and engaged 20 teen volunteer teachers. Noah Rubin started CanCode in 2016.
The way that they develop their curriculum is it's actually modular, so we can teach different parts of the game at different workshops.
These students now feel they have gained more skills and look to inspire others.
We're able to just basic concepts of code with these like fun and engaging like ways to teach them, just making games. But I think it has a good impact in their overall knowledge of code.
I'm Josh Navarro, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, Bill Nelson appears to be a step closer to becoming NASA administrator. The former Florida senator went before a Senate committee of his confirmation and was praised by Republicans for his long-running support of the space agency. The Houston Astros have reached a one-year contract extension with veteran catcher Martin Maldonado. General Manager James Click announced on Wednesday, under terms of the deal, Maldonado will make $5 million in 2022, a source confirmed to ESPN. The deal, which includes a $500,000 buyout, also has a $5 million vesting option for 2023 that becomes guaranteed if Maldonado plays this season. News time is 7:50 and weather and traffic together next.
$7:51 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Here's Bonnie with the news.
Well, activity is happening way to the north of us on the Turnpike. In Fort Pierce, the Turnpike southbound, where all lanes are blocked southbound at the moment due to that vehicle caught on fire. And this is way up there southbound, like right around mile marker 172, where this is at. Back here in Martin County, throughout St. Lucie County, right here on the Treasure Coast, it's looking like a good ride on our major highways, and US 1 included. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's 67 in Palm City, and it's 64 right now in Port St. Lucie. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Earth Day sunshine's a great day to get outside and enjoy the beautiful South Florida weather. We'll start off this morning in the low 60s under partly cloudy skies, clearing skies for this afternoon with mostly sunny conditions, highs today in the low 80s. Tomorrow pleasant and sunny with highs in the low 80s. Saturday slightly warmer with highs in the mid to upper 80s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds. Sunday, hot and humid, highs reaching the upper 80s to low 90s, increasing clouds throughout the day and some late day showers and storms. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. It's an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
All right, so coming up at the 8 o'clock hour from Married at First Sight Season 1, Doug Hayner's going to be here. I am really excited to talk to him, Bonnie.
I'm excited about it too, Evan, because I'm considering what kind of person does it take to meet somebody for the first time on your wedding day and get married to them before even meeting them.
And the scary thought was Jamie wasn't even attracted to him. She started crying.
It's kind of a cool thought, though, when you think about the aftermath after she got to know him. Then she was attracted to him.
And now here they are years later with a couple of kids.
You can say yay,
Henley and
yay
Hendricks.
to that.
Yeah, we'll be talking to Doug Hayner from Married at First Sight right after the news, right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. We'll be right back.
Top of the hour.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
8:07 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. And I am really excited here, Bonnie, because I have always wanted to speak to our next guest since years ago when I first saw him on TV with his now current wife, Jamie, and their beautiful kids. From Married at First Sight Season 1, Doug Hayner is joining us on our line right now. He's we just sent a Learjet for him via Zoom Airways, and they just landed. And his pilot is driving speak right now. Hi, Doug. How are you? Oh no, the internet connection is bad.
Oh, it's sounding like it's getting a little warbly and fuzzy.
Oh no.
Let's see if we can still get them.
Yeah. We're frozen there. So hopefully the connection will free up there. If not, worst case scenario, we can.
That's a good way to. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you a little bit. I can hear you a little bit better now, Doug.
Yeah.
All right, so Doug, if you can hear me, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you on your cell phone.
Maybe we can try to power through. Sorry.
No, that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call you on your cell phone, and we'll do the interview that way. Okay. So let me dial his cell phone up. Hold on one second here. We this is live radio, folks. So this is what live radio is all about. So let's call him up here. We're going to call his phone, and we will.
Let me give you a different number. Okay.
Don't give it to me on the air. I'm going to call the number I have for you. So there we go. It's ringing. Let's try that one.
Can you hear me now?
Now I got you. We'll take it on the cell phone. There we go.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. No problem. That's why we have backups. Anyway, welcome to the program.
Yes. Thank you, Evan, Bonnie.
No problem. It's our pleasure. Your pilot is driving you on the Learjet as we speak right now, isn't she?
My personal chauffeur, who is also the hottest chauffeur in the world.
Oh my gosh, I will agree. I will agree with you on that. Your lovely wife is driving you. So it's nice to have the technology where you can connect up literally anywhere and do an interview anywhere.
And it's nice that she was driving, since you had to get on your cell phone, and somebody had to keep their hands on the wheel and on the road.
So. Yep. Had I known that you were a Met fan, I might have reconsidered this, Evan.
Well, Doug, I'm actually not only a fan, I'm also the voice of the New York Mets and the St. Lucie Mets. I do all the PA announcing for them. I've been with them for 9 seasons.
I knew you sounded familiar.
Yeah,
so your voice did anyway.
That's me. So anyway, Doug and Jamie are from Season 1, Married at First Sight. If you've never watched this reality-based program, folks, you are living under a rock. I recently got Bonnie interested, and now she's hooked on the program, right, Bonnie?
Yeah, quite a few nights ago, I just started, watching the very first segment where they get all technical with it, and they're showing this huge experiment that they're doing, and the doctors getting together. I kept watching, and I watched to see you and Jamie, Doug, and I'm glad I kept watching.
Yes, and in the beginning, because we were Season 1, so in the beginning they were casting for a show that was called The Love Experiment. And it wasn't until the final casting call where they said, okay, so here's going to be your 4 experts, and they're going to do a background check, personality assessment, they'll do interviews, and then if they find the perfect match, the first time you see that person will be at your wedding down the aisle. Got up and left, and we were the guinea pigs, I guess you would say.
So the $1 million question here, Doug, is that when Jamie saw you for the first time, she had confessed on camera that she just was not attracted to you at all. Right. How did that make you feel when you found that out?
You know, I think I've said this, hopefully that I don't sound redundant, but I appreciated her reaction. It was always I was always one that said, I don't want someone that's just doing it for the TV.
Right.
I want someone that's going to be genuine on and off camera, and the same person on and off camera. And this was before I knew she was on The Bachelor, and I just knew she was scared, nervous, and the fact that she had that reaction was a relief to me, where she wasn't going to try to fake it, if that makes sense.
Now, when you saw her come through the doors for the very first time, and you laid eyes on her, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, she might as well have had just like a glowing aura with pigeons flying out as soon as the door opened. I mean, she was just absolutely everything that I imagined.
Right.
Because we were able to add our deal breakers. We were able to say, okay, this is the person that I want physically, morally, personality-wise. And I knew that I was there for a reason, and I was open with the experts and all of my assessments. So this was just like the perfect package walking down the aisle.
Now, when you went on your honeymoon, that's when things started to change. All of a sudden, her demeanor towards you changed very slowly. And the attraction, and then the courtship followed, and then it came. You went through the experiment for weeks and weeks, and then it was decision day, and the both of you were sitting there. You knew your decision, but you didn't know hers, and she knew hers, but she had no idea what you were going to say, and that had to be the most nerve-wracking 15 minutes of your life.
Yes and no. I mean, now the past couple seasons, the experts in the show, they make them stay in their own places for the night before. So then you're really meeting up with them, and you have they're still together before that final push. So Jamie always says she was 50-50, but I know that I just felt confident we were staying together. We had so much more to learn about each other, and we had so much more to grow together, and it wasn't as nerve-wracking as it seems. Maybe I was just over, but here we are 7 years later.
It's one. I'm just going to guess at this. I think, had I been in your shoes or in Jamie's shoes, I think the most uncomfortable moment for me might be, going to that hotel suite on your wedding night.
Oh, yeah.
Not only the two of you to kind of get to know each other, but with cameras involved. And are there like people videotaping it with cameras right in the room, or are they subtle cameras, or did you get any real time alone?
Yeah, we had the whole night alone pretty much. So we had a lot of pillow talk, and it was very amazingly awkward. And I love awkward situations. So I was in my glory. But it was, imagine going through your wedding with, a woman that she doesn't want to kiss you. She just wants to really take it slow. And then all of a sudden you're in the same bed with each other, just staring at each other.
Yeah.
And just as a joke, I put 2 pillows in between us, and I asked her, just please don't touch me while.
I think I remember seeing that actually. Did they show that part?
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely. You and Jamie have taken a lot of criticism during that first season, especially. I was reading somewhere about that where you guys waited, like, I think it was 9 months before you guys had any intimate relations, and you took a lot of criticism for that.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit. Yeah, maybe it was like 9 months or 6 months, something like that. But I wasn't in a rush. And I didn't want to push anything because, getting to know Jamie a little bit more, her background, her past. I was my parents raised me right, and I was being very respectful, and I really wasn't in a rush. I'm a very patient and confident person, and I knew that this would work.
And you look like the way your parents raised you, that you're that good old country boy that has the utmost respect for the Southern Belle type of woman.
Even though we're both from New York and New Jersey.
I know, right?
Do you reside in New Jersey right now? Is that where you're living? I mean,
we actually bought a house down in Sarasota right when the pandemic happened. So we will be splitting time between here and New Jersey.
Are snowbirds then, and you're getting the best of both worlds.
Oh,
we're so jealous.
World's youngest snowbirds.
World's youngest snowbirds.
Yeah, because you're only but 24, right?
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, 24 and 25. Yep.
All right.
So now let's fast forward to today. You have two beautiful kids, Henley and Hendrix, and they are a blessing. And one thing I love about your wife is that she is just so open, and there's no filter on her social media pages at all. And
none at all.
None whatsoever. And you at one point were like that, but I remember when we spoke yesterday, you had told me that you had to back down a little bit from different things that you posted.
Yeah, there was, you always, when you first start to get recognition, and I would imagine anybody that starts to have a following goes through this, but you don't necessarily prepare for trolls. You don't prepare for haters, and you kind of just develop that little mindset in your head to kind of tune it out. When you tend to focus on the negative first. So if 1,000 people are saying you're great, and the one person says you should cut the moles off of your face and die, you tend to focus on that. And I think for Jamie and I, it was so important to remain open and honest, because even with her body positivity now, and just her background, her past, the book that she has out, it's helped so many people. And we realize that, there's more of a connection with your audience when you start to open up and just be a person rather than just a filter that somebody can see.
And that's what I love about your wife so much. And we spoke about that yesterday in the pre-call, that your wife has no filter. She puts everything out there so everybody can read about her. She is not ashamed at the way she looks today compared to the way she looked on her wedding day. And you know what? Heck, your wife went through two children being born. My gosh. I mean, nobody's going to have a perfect body after two kids. That's impossible. And I'm just
a home birth for my second child, Hendrix. So I can never complain about any pain that I have ever again in my life.
Oh no. And that's another thing. You and your wife put the home birth that you did in that swimming pool right next to the bed, to see the agony and the pain she suffered, and for you to just be able to go through that and live that with her. I'm sure there's a newfound respect in women that give birth naturally, especially the way that she did.
Having the baby too in the swimming pool, does she like water? And does the water and the splashing, does it give her some kind of comfort, like to have childbirth that way?
Did we lose you?
Hello.
Oh no,
the water.
There we go.
And so far, I mean, we have both of our kids in swim lessons, and my son, if you put him on the ground, he goes for two things. He goes for the dog's water bowl, and then he goes for the bathtub and the toilet. So he might be drawn to water.
It sounds like you're water people.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So now you guys are obviously appearing constantly on TV and in different segments pertaining to Married at First Sight. You're doing a lot of off-brand stuff. There's YouTube stuff. There's Instagram. It's just really amazing. Did you ever think that you and your wife would take off and become this popular after the show?
You always, something like that could happen, but I think we were both, especially from our backgrounds, I think we both tried to stay as grounded as possible. And
right.
Like we were talking about earlier, when you're open and you're honest and you're relatable, I think it brings people together. And I'm just a community of friends that we have, and that can, we know people by their first name. We've met people that we've met on social media, and for a show like Married at First Sight to appear on a network that nobody ever heard of, which had started out as on FYI, which took over for the old Bio channel, and to see the ratings double each and every week was just insane. To know that 1 million people watched our decision day, nuts.
And the both of you, you're like in a 30 percentile range of the people on the show, the couples on the show that have actually made it thus far. There's like a 30% rate that's been successful. Do you and Jamie watch any of the others or friends, or are you following any of the other couples that have been on?
Yeah, we follow a lot of the couples. We're also on a show called Couples Camp, which all the successful couples, or all the couples, I should say, that stayed together and made it. They have a show called Couples Cam on Married at First Sight Couples Cam on Lifetime, where they send us with 2 video cameras, and it's just videoing our home life and different situations that we're going through, which kind of the best of both worlds if you think about it. They don't have to send a camera crew out. We get to stay on TV, which is awesome. But that's really my favorite part, because you get to watch people in their home, and it's always creepy when you say you want to watch somebody in their home. But this is a way that we've built friendships with a lot of the couples, and even some of the couples or some of the people that have made it. We're so proud of this show. We're so proud of the network, and it's really a family, and it's something that not a lot of people can say that they went through.
Sounds like some real positive things have come out of this.
Definitely.
What they call maybe one of the most important experiments that you could have people attend and go through. It sounds like a real positive things have come out of it.
Yeah, it's the craziest and wackiest and insane experiment, but I like when people call it brave.
Did your parents say to you, "What were you thinking, Doug?"
Yes, my mom cried behind closed doors. Most of my friends, when I told them, most of my friends were like, "Yeah, that doesn't surprise us." When you think of TV and you think of reality, you don't know how much of a reality it is.
Yeah.
And we had a chance to just show ourselves and the way that we live. We weren't given lines to say. We were in some situations that were set up, but everything, they didn't know how the show was going to be, what America would take to when they were filming and whatever they would put out on TV. So it was really just be yourselves and have normal conversations, and we'll see if this works. And, it turned out to work out great. And I always say this to anybody that's, faced with any decision in their life. The scariest and most bizarre decision that I ever made turned out to be the best decision of my life. So just food for thought.
Oh, imagine that.
Unfortunately,
Imagine that.
Courtney and Jason did not stay married. I'm actually friends with Jason.
Jason and Courtney too. We still chat with
super nice people. Jason is a sweetheart. He gave us a tour of his fire station when I was in New York with my kids.
That's awesome.
Also Monet and Vaughn, they were also with you guys season 1. How are they doing these days? Do you stay in touch with them?
We do here and there. Not so much Vaughn. I think he stopped really following Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
But we stay in touch with a lot of the people, especially Courtney. We tried to reach out to Jason, but I think everybody's doing great.
Yeah.
Got a question. I don't know if you can answer. on Married at First Sight or any of the reality shows, are any of the participants getting paid?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit. Okay. I
Yep.
didn't know if participants were compensated on these shows or not. So yeah, just been
I
wondering.
mean, I could speak for our show. We were paid. There's a pay per episode, but I don't know how it is now. But I know that everybody or any other show really. I don't know.
I'm sure that the fancy honeymoons are paid for.
Oh yeah, that's all paid for. That's for sure. That's for sure.
That's a bargain.
We recently had Sam from the Sam and Neil combo from season 3. Sam was on the show about a month or so ago. We really enjoyed chatting with her and her quirky ex-husband Neil, and they're like best of friends now.
She's a little bit quirky herself.
Yeah.
I will admit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met with Sam once. I know Jamie's met up with a lot of her, more just because she's on Married at First Sight Unfiltered, which is on after Married at First Sight or before.
Right. Listen, Doug, we don't want to take up too much of your time. I can't thank you enough for doing this. Give my best to your beautiful wife. And one last question. Are we going to see a third child possibly?
Jamie wants to see a 5th child.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around not sleeping with 2 kids.
Right.
But I always wanted 3 kids. So that's definitely in the future. But I don't know what's beyond that really.
Wow, I've got 4. Bonnie has 2 bonus kids, and in my 4, I have a set of twins. So
wow.
and there were no twins anywhere in my family tree or my ex-wife's family tree.
Wow.
So it just was like a double shot of luck. So all I'm going to say is I'm going to send twin vibes right now through the phone to you and Jamie.
Or maybe triplet vibes,
or
and that way
triplet
she'll have her
vibes.
5.
That is Jamie's dream to have twins.
Wow. Well, you never know. Anything is possible, and I am true testament to a set of twins.
We're keeping up the faith with you and your nice family too.
Definitely.
Yes.
Listen, God bless you and your beautiful wife, and tell your wife just to keep doing what she's doing, and don't worry about those haters out there. There's always going to be haters, but there's more lovers and there's more haters. That's all I got to say.
That's right. Yeah, she's amazing, and the kids are doing well. And we do give another glimpse into our life. We started a YouTube channel, so Hot Marriage, Cool Parents, and then also I started a YouTube channel for kids with my daughter Henley, and Hendrix will get involved too. So hanging with the Hayner kids.
I love it. I love
YouTube,
it. I would love to have, when Jamie has some time, I would love to have the both of you back together and talk to you guys and see how everything is doing down the road in the future. I've got your info. I'll stay in touch. God bless the both of you guys. And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yes, please do. And we're down in Florida for a while, so hopefully we can connect.
Yeah, definitely. If I ever get over to Sarasota, we'll definitely connect with my wife and you guys, and we'll have some lunch.
Yeah, and vice versa. That sounds great. Appreciate it.
All right, Doug, take care. Regards to Jamie as well.
You got it.
All
Thanks.
Right, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. As soon as I bring my app up, gold will be opening up at $1,782.80 an ounce, and silver opening up at $26.26 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Time now is 8:33, and without further ado, here's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning to you, sir. What was on this date in history? That the Boeing company's X-37B made its first flight aboard an Atlas V rocket. This X-37B was a space plane. It's uncrewed, and it's smaller than a shuttle, but kind of looks like a shuttle. And it went into orbit, stayed in orbit for about 6 months, and then returned to Earth. So all the information that it collected when it opened its payload bays was returned to Earth so that the Air Force and the Boeing company could now examine what took place on that flight. Well, if you were expecting a launch to take place right away for the next manned spacecraft from the Cape, you had to wait another day. That because of weather in the abort zone where the capsule would land, should there be a problem with the rocket, has now been rescheduled for tomorrow morning at just about 5:09 a.m. And that will take the crew to the station at about 5:10 a.m. So far, the forecast calls for a 90% chance of favorable weather for the launch of the astronauts to the International Space Station. Yesterday, in a press conference, Steve Jaroszuk said that the one-day delay in the arrival of the Crew 2 won't affect the departure of Crew 1, scheduled from the station. That departure, 28th, with a splashdown in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Florida at 12:14 p.m. on the same day. So everything is looking good in the neighborhood for that. Shane Kimbrough, Megan MacArthur, Akihiko Hoshide, and Thomas Pasqua are ready for that launch to take place. Currently, the space station are doing a lot of work helping scientists understand how the bodies are adapting to living in microgravity. 4 of the station crew are also preparing to return to Earth next week in the midst of science and maintenance work. Shannon Walker began her day by scanning leg muscles. Michael Hopkins using an ultrasound device to observe muscle tone, stiffness, and elasticity. Flight engineer Victor Glover and Soichi Noguchi took turns wearing virtual reality goggles and clicking a trackball for studies exploring how astronauts perceive time when living on the space station. Nearly 2 weeks into their mission, the new crew members have started their roles of research and troubleshooting. Mark Vanderheet collected and stowed blood, urine, and fecal samples for a pair of space biology studies. Russian cosmonaut Oleg Novitsky worked on Russian power and plumbing system. First-time astronaut Peter Dubrov checked computer electronics and studied Earth photography techniques and optical space exercises. Russia is saying that as far as they're concerned, the space station has depleted 80% of its useful lifetime. That's according to Vladimir Solovev, who's a flight director of the Russian segment of the station. So he says that it's not too much longer, probably 2025, when the space station will need to be changed. At the same time, Russia is having financial problems. And these financial problems, coupled with the COVID-19 outbreak, that is delaying a lot of work that the Russians were trying to do to prepare other space probes and a new space station to go into orbit. The development of that new station will take a great effort from Russia if they can get everything done before the 2025 deadline of potentially deorbiting the space station. Russian scientists are preparing to send a robot, Marfa, to the moon. MARFA stands for Mobile Autonomous Robotic Multifunctional Equipment. They have a small robot that will be headed for the moon to give Russia a lot more research. The Boeing company said the core first stage of the Artemis program and the Space Launch System is being taken down from its test stand at the Stennis Center in Mississippi, and it'll be shipped to the Cape, where it will be then readied for its first flight. Lastly, we want to tell you that the second flight on Mars is taking shape and should happen later this afternoon. We'll tell you about it tomorrow, as well as Senator Nelson becoming NASA's administrator. Have a great day.
Nice report. He's on the program each and every day at this time, giving you the latest and greatest on what's happening, all things NASA. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie's standing by with the latest and greatest for you as far as what you want to eat.
You might want to enjoy a steak sauce brisket melt for lunch, and this on a toasted sub roll. It's topped with smoked brisket, includes A1 steak sauce, sauteed onions, pepper jack cheese, tomato on this one, and banana pepper, all pressed hot. And had an inquiry about it this morning from Joe. And yes, Chef Mark does cater your events too. And, you know, now with, we're hoping that this COVID-19 is going on the wayside and people will be getting back for get-togethers, weddings and luncheons, what have you. Yes, you can have Ellie's Deli cater your next event, from an office party to a barbecue. Yeah, the summer barbecues that coming up. Chef Mark will even cater for your event with that, or even a wedding, you name it. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside. They have a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Give them a call, 772-781-6605. To order and pick up today. They're located 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado and Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
8:41 right now on the Get Up and Go Show. It's time for news, all brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Make sure and visit Huck Levy for the best deals in town on any type of precious metals. Here's Bonnie with the news.
Thanks, Evan. After a year of juggling in-person and remote learning in Martin County, students here will be expected to return to their classrooms for the 2021-2022 school year. The school board Tuesday unanimously agreed it would end its remote learning option offered to families who preferred their children learn from home through the worst of the COVID-19 pandemic, and require students return to school. The first day of the next school year is August 11th. The St. Lucie County Jail is getting a new addition to make visitation safer, especially during the days of COVID-19. WPTV's Megan McRoberts reports from St. Lucie County.
Breaking ground Wednesday on the site of a new building right outside the St. Lucie County Jail. County leaders announced plans to build a 7,200 square foot visitation center.
Inside, inmates need to be able to communicate with their loved ones, their family, as well as friends, to get through this entire process of being incarcerated.
The building will keep families outside of the secure area of the jail where visitation is currently made, right in here.
COVID made us rethink this entire process.
The sheriff's office working to reduce the threat of spreading COVID to inmates and staff. Right now battling 46 active cases in the jail.
You know, we were going a long time with 0 cases, and then all of a sudden it blew up about 10 days ago. But this keeping outsiders from inside the jail will definitely mitigate the COVID situation.
The detached building outside of the secure area eliminates the possibility of visitors bringing in contraband.
I don't think we've ever had a weapon brought in, but drugs is the number one concern of ours.
The now allows 36 visitations per hour, 4 days a week. The new center will allow for 60 visitations per hour, 5 days a week. And with the growing population, incarceration rates, and the need for more visitations,
is expected to keep rising.
The inmates are going to benefit, families going to benefit, our employees who work inside and our community is going to benefit.
Now, the entire cost of the $750,000 project is being covered by Aramark and GTL, two companies that provide food services and telecommunication services to the jail, meaning taxpayers are off the hook. The project's set to be completed in November. I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
This Saturday is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, and law enforcement agencies across Florida will be collecting unwanted medications. The goal is to keep those drugs from falling into the wrong hands.
And in order to heal our state and help folks recover from addiction, we have to have help from the community in spreading awareness and proactive efforts in bringing back unwanted or unused prescription medication.
Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody. Broward County School Superintendent Robert Runcie is arrested and charged with perjury, that in connection with his testimony in a grand jury investigation that followed the Parkland massacre. Reaction from Andrew Pollock, who lost his daughter Meadow that day.
I don't know how happy you could ever be. You know, my daughter was murdered, but it's good to see that some people getting held accountable.
Runcie, meanwhile, is released on his own recognizance. Bill Nelson appears to be a step closer to becoming NASA administrator. The former Florida senator went before a Senate committee as part of his confirmation and was praised by Republicans for his longtime running support of the space agency. Lastly, a guy who's terminally ill went to a restaurant in Tennessee on Saturday. He paid for two other tables' orders and left his server a $1,000 tip. He said he wanted to stay anonymous, but told them he wants to use the time he has left spending his money on other people. And coach Nick Sirianni and general manager Howie Roseman declined to name Jalen Hurts the starting quarterback for the 2021 season during a pre-draft availability Wednesday. To name any starters at this particular time, we've been working with these guys for 2 days, Sirianni said. There are only two quarterbacks on the Eagles roster at the moment, Hurts and veteran Joe Flacco, who was signed to a one-year deal in March. The team could add another quarterback in next week's draft. News time is 8:45. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:47 right now on the Get Up and Go show. It's the Thursday edition with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, what's going on the highways?
Well, it's trouble to the north of us on the turnpike. Really, if you had to head that way up the turnpike, maybe it'd be good to take an alternate. Right now, southbound, there is an accident on the turnpike in Vero Beach, and this is at mile marker 174. But it looks like lanes are area northbound and southbound right now, so quite a mess to the north of us on the turnpike. And back here in Martin County, it looks good as we're traveling. US 1 so far so good, and we're not finding accidents on our major highways, at least right here. There's your latest look at traffic. Port St. Lucie is at 67, and in Helsinger, Denmark, a clear sky in 48. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Earth Day, sunshine. A great day to get outside and enjoy the beautiful South Florida weather. We'll start off this morning in the low 60s under partly cloudy skies, clearing skies for this afternoon with mostly sunny conditions. Highs today in the low 80s. Tomorrow, pleasant and sunny with highs in the low 80s. Saturday, slightly warmer with highs in the mid to upper 80s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds. Sunday, hot and humid, highs reaching the upper 80s to low 90s, increasing clouds throughout the day and some late day showers and storms. Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450 Martin County Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
I got bit once again by a dog named Major. The last time I took him to pee on the White House lawn, I was bit, standing just inside the rose garden, right here on the arm. I was bit. No, it wasn't the first time that dog had nipped me. They tried to explain that he was a rescue dog, but I was bit. I don't don't want to tell you just where he did it, but I was bit.
That's a parody song off of Paul McCartney's Band on the Run. And the reason they wrote that song was because of the issues they were having with our current president, Joe Biden's dog, Major, biting people that work around the White House.
Major wasn't being behaved. Either that or he wasn't trusting the politicians that were around.
No,
huh?
he was a major pain, is what he was.
Oh, actually, that's a parody on Jet by Paul.
Oh, was it Jet? I'm
Paul
sorry.
McCartney and
Why did I
Wings.
think of Band on the Run?
Because they're so close
Are they?
together.
Okay,
you know,
my bad. I'm
they're-
sorry.
They're kind of, and they're both upbeat. So
Okay.
I can see how you did that. In fact, when I was hearing Bit, I was trying so hard to think of the song. What do they usually sing there? Oh yeah, Jet.
It's Jet. Yes,
yeah.
you are right. 150% right. So coming up with you, tomorrow's Friday. What are you doing this weekend?
I don't
Coming up.
I don't have an idea yet. I know
No?
that Oyster Fest is
Okay.
happening this weekend in Fort Pierce,
Okay.
out on Indian River Drive.
I know what you can do on Saturday. I have a suggestion.
Do ya?
I can't do it because I have a gig,
Okay.
but I know what you and Gary can go do. I can actually make the plans for you.
Really?
Yeah, go see Denny Artachi at Mulligan's.
Oh, and yeah, Danny is coming on next.
Yeah.
And he looks really good today. Very, very sharply dressed, like a sharp dressed man.
Last week he was just all like chilled out, and then this week he's all businessed out.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go play his guitar. He's not really dressed casually like to go play his guitar in a honky tonk.
I wonder if he wore that suit when he went to Mulligan's to play this weekend, how the crowd would react to that.
I think it would
That'd be pretty cool.
I think that, sometimes Mulligan's gets
Right.
that in town and
He'd
that
have to
out
play
of town.
he'd have to play ZZ Top Sharp Dressed Man.
Yeah. We're talking how
We're just talking about you, that's all.
We're talking how poorly dressed you are today.
Yeah.
No, he does. Denny does look pretty sharp.
So anyway, so there's your plans for the weekend.
Yeah, I
or
mean,
for Saturday
yeah,
if you have
that-
nothing going.
That could be the plan,
Right, go
Stan.
indulge in a cold beverage and get some of that vodka or rum or whatever it was that we talked about yesterday.
I know.
That,
Where was that rum company from that we
I can't
were
remember.
finding out?
Rude Boy. Rude Boy. It was Rude Boy.
That what it is?
Yeah, Rude Boy.
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
have to
I think Mulligan's has it, if I'm not mistaken.
should order. I wonder if you can order like a whole bottle of it and,
You can get a whole case.
add it to your medicine cabinet.
Why not just hook a catheter up at the same time? You'll just have a permanent line going inside of you. That's all.
I'll take it out in my backyard.
Right,
and,
just get a slow drip with an IV and hook up the Rude Boy rum, and you'll be all
No.
good to go.
I will sip it pleasantly and sociably and carefully, and be in my backyard on the lawn chair and pretend I'm out on a sandy beach.
There you go.
Or maybe you'll just get an Uber and take some out of the beach and pour some there.
There you go. You're all good to go.
The possibilities are limitless.
It's endless, literally endless, like our show. It's endless, but unfortunately, we have to end here in a few moments. So we want to thank Doug Hayner for being here from Married at First Sight Season 1. I'm going to chat with him after the show and give him a call and see if I can schedule Jamie on the program in the next week or so to talk about her book that just
Yes.
came out.
What kind of book did she write? Like some sort of a help book for?
I'm not sure. I didn't get
um,
into the particulars about that.
To me, it was sounding like maybe body image for women and after
Yes.
childbirth. And
Yeah.
if I'm guesstimating right,
Mhm.
I think that sounded like where he was going with that matter.
Yeah, body shame. A lot of people body shamed her. They really did. I was reading the body shaming on her Instagram because I do follow her on Instagram, and you have no idea at the amount of body shaming that this woman took on social media, and still to this day,
I can only imagine.
people body shame her. They really do.
Yeah, it just kind of like goes with the territory too of what day and age we're in. And I think a lot of times the people that would get in line and are doing this sort of thing probably aren't very happy with themselves. So I hope that she, it sounds like she was at first,
Mhm.
but the two of them together, it sounds like they're overcoming that part of it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And people don't understand, Bonnie, that body shaming is also a form of bullying. Believe it or not, it is a form of bullying.
It is bullying.
It is.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, we've even been watching, in The Sopranos with the mob boss from New York City.
Right.
Somebody shamed vocally, about his wife, who is a very pretty, heavy-set wife.
Right.
And, somebody spoke about her pretty poorly, and now he wants to go after that certain someone, and in a way that you shouldn't.
I don't blame him.
Because it is The Sopranos and it's mob.
Well,
but you can only imagine.
Hey, come over here. Let me fit you for a pair of cement shoes and show you where you're going to be sitting for the rest of your life at the bottom of the Hudson River in New York.
Yeah, or what they are, a lot of that in New Jersey up there. What are they called? The pines, or the big pines or something, with that big forest?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
They have in that area.
I don't know.
And you can only wonder how many bodies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been up that way, so I don't know.
I'll have to give my friend Tony a phone call. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Anyway, speaking of know what I'm saying, I'm saying that if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside.
Yeah, and don't be body shaming anybody, and I'm hoping nobody body shames you. That's nasty.
No, that's nasty. Don't do it.
It's over. Your show is over.
We're out of time.
Wow, that was quick.
Exactly. That was the whole show.
See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, that's right. The show's over, folks, but we'll be back in 21 hours with another great 3 hours of entertaining, cutting-edge radio for you right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Bonnie, have a great day.
You have a fine day, too, Mr.
I sure will.
Evan.
We'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.